Alrighty, we have a couple double pole breakers we have to replace. Here in the country I was born in, we have 110, 120, 220, 240. We have two hot wires coming into the house with a neutral. Between your two hot wires you have 220, 240, and between each of the hot wires to the neutral you have 110, 120. And to get your 220, 240 you use a double pole breaker, or to get 110, 120 to put in a single pole breaker, and it doesn't matter which side of the 220, 240 it is. So we have some double pole breakers we have to replace here because they're not quite working properly, and I'll show you how to do that. Here in the country I was born in, black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral, or on a switch loop on a 110, 120 volt circuit. And you're supposed to remark the white wire live with either red tape or black tape. So I'll show you how to replace these defective 240 volt circuit breakers. We use a 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps for your heaters, and that's what we're replacing. You use 14 or on 15 amps for your lighting in some outlets, like in a bedroom, and 12 on 20 amps for in the kitchen, or you can put other outlets on 12 on 20 amps in any other room in a house or a commercial building. So I'll show you how to replace some double pole breakers. I love you, red dot, when I think you are recording. I just love you. Stay. So I just learned to love that red dot when I think it's recording. So I put the old ones back in to start over again because I just enjoy doing things over again. And I love seeing that red dot because you know what? If I didn't love it, I'd be getting frustrated and cursing. So instead of cursing, you just learn to love it. Just learn to love it. Okay, so we have to replace these two 20 amp double pole breakers. So we're going to take this out. And these older style breakers, you use the flathead screwdriver to take the screws out. You can see the flathead screws in there. Again, that has the flathead screws. Now the newer ones take the Robertson 2 screwdriver. It's nice and easy. It's a lot easier than using your flathead because you'll end up rounding off the insides there with the flathead or a Phillips. So I really like this new Craftsman Robertson screwdriver. So you always want, when you're using a white wire as a live, you're supposed to remark it with red tape. And I lost my putting the red tape on there when I thought it was recording, but I'm glad I lost it and I'm doing it over. I enjoy doing it over because if I didn't enjoy doing it over, I'd be getting frustrated over seeing the red dot. So we're doing it a second time. Just enjoy things not working right and going the way you want it to, because otherwise you'll just be annoyed all the time. Okay, so we'll push it in. Now we'll just double check it with our torque screwdriver here. And we'll straighten our wires up so they're going in nice and neat here. Again, we remarked our white wire live with the red tape. And this is the Robertson screwdriver here. I just push the wire in so it goes in all the way. You want to make sure you don't get your insulation down under the terminal. And I'll just double check to make sure it's snug. Flashlight, and I'll just double check, make sure my wires are in there properly. And no insulation is pinched. And now I'll bring the camera down close so you can see it. There's number 1 breaker, the one on the right I did. And there's the one on the left. Okay, so we'll just make sure our screws aren't going to hit any of our wires here. Everything is all back and out of the way here. I'll just push this round wire up so it's more further away from our takeoff lugs here. One, two, three, four. Now let's make sure our breakers are all seated in here properly. And the cover's not pinched behind one. Okay, so now we'll just turn all this back off again. There's nobody staying in the apartment right now. And that's how to replace defective 220, 240 volt breakers here in the country I was born in. Peace. Learn to love things that don't go right and doing it over, because if you didn't, it will only make you frustrated. So just learn to love it and learn to enjoy it.